Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video here on FPL Now. Today we're going to be going over my team selection for Game Week 7 and the transfers that I'm thinking of making. So if you're excited for the video, drop a like down below, leave a comment. What FPL transfers are you going to be making this week? Subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So, starting things off, a quick recap of how I finished Game Week 6. 77 points with my triple captaincy, pretty much getting all of them. I got a Game Week rank of 459,000. And yeah, if it wasn't for Haaland, it would have been a very, very bad Game Week. Only 3 players got returns. Luckily, it was my triple captain that got like 3 returns. But yeah, Raya with 2, Senesi with 7, Van Dijk with 2, Konza with 2, Semenyo with 7, Kudus with 2, Reinders with 2, Dewsbury Hall with 1 point. Really unfortunate yellow card. I mean, he literally got the ball. I think he followed through a tiny bit, so I can see why it was given, but I think it was really, really unfortunate. And especially because of the week prior, or it might have been 2 weeks ago, where he got a yellow card for taking the free kick quickly. It's just 2 very unlucky yellow cards. So I feel like he's been a little bit unfortunate. So he does miss the next game, which means that I will not be able to play as many midfielders as I was originally wanting to, but we'll talk about that in the team selection part. But yeah, only picking up the 1 point, so nothing really happening from the Monday night fixture for me. Haaland with the massive 48 points, Gyökeres with 2, and then João Pedro with 2 as well. So yeah, like I say, 77 points looks good on paper. I think there was actually only 1 clean sheet this week, so I'm not really like upset at the fact that I didn't get any clean sheets, because I think it was just Sunderland that got the clean sheet against Forest, obviously, because we're just terrible at the moment. But apart from that, yeah, a very suboptimal week. It's just Haaland really saved me, really got me out of jail. But yeah, 77 points, not bad. Let's take a look at what the team's looking like. So this is what my team is currently looking like for FPL Game Week 7. Obviously, as I just said, because of that 5th yellow card, Dewsbury Hall has been suspended for Crystal Palace at home, so he comes back for Arsenal away, which isn't Man City away, should I say, which is not really a great fixture. So I'm not really going to be playing him for the next 2 game weeks. So it could be a situation where he goes down in price. Again, he's only 5 mil. I don't think he's a player that I'm probably going to get rid of, because he just allows funds elsewhere. But either way, in goal we've got Raya, who's got West Ham at home. The fixtures for Arsenal are just so good at the moment. After West Ham, they've got Fulham, Palace, Burnley, and then Sunderland. So I think tripling up on Arsenal is going to be on everybody's kind of radar right now. I've got Senesi, who's got Fulham at home. The Bournemouth fixtures do get a little bit worse over the next few weeks. They do have that City and Villa double up, both away fixtures coming up very, very soon, which I'm not looking forward to. But Senesi is honestly such a good option to have this year, that he can get DEFCON against anyone. He is the only player still in the game that has hit DEFCON every single game, and he'll hit that against like City and stuff. So even if they score like 2 or 3 goals, he'll still come out with like 3 points. So if I have to play him that week, it's not the end of the world. I've got Virgil van Dijk, who's got Chelsea away. Again, Liverpool are in a little bit of an interesting position right now. Back-to-back losses. Chelsea away is not a great fixture. Man United at home the week after is good, but then they've got Brentford away, Villa at home, City away. I just don't think from a defensive point of view it's worth keeping Van Dijk. Apart from that Man United fixture, maybe the Brentford, because Villa will be a tough fixture, City will be a tough fixture, Chelsea's a tough fixture, and like I say, back-to-back losses, they're not looking great at the moment. And again, it could just be a slight hiccup, but it's just definitely something to think about. Konza, who's got Burnley at home. I'm not really thinking too much about this Konza situation right now. After this week, I will probably think about getting rid of him. Spurs away, City at home, Liverpool away, Bournemouth at home. He is a player that can just sit on the bench, like he's only 4.5 mil. But Villa are just not very good at the moment. I don't even know if they've kept a clean sheet. I think they've kept like 1 clean sheet this season, and it was the 1 week where I benched Konza, which was really unfortunate. And then I've also got Lacroix, who's got Everton away. I don't mind playing him this week now, because obviously Dewsbury Hall's benched. So that was the only annoying thing, because I had an attacker playing a defender, but now he can't play. May as well just play Lacroix. So that's the defense. It doesn't look great, but it's doable. Like, it's doable. It's not awful. In midfield, though, I've got Reinders, who's got Brentford away, Kudus, who's got Leeds away, and Semenyo, who's got Fulham at home. Absolutely fine with them. It might be one of the remaining weeks that I keep Kudus, to be fair. He could be a transfer that I do get rid of. Not this week, because he's got Leeds away, but next week I could start thinking about getting rid of him. And then up top, we've got Haaland, who is my captain. Scored another 2 goals in the Champions League last night. He's just absolutely on fire at the moment. Gyökeres, who's got West Ham at home, and then João Pedro, who's got Liverpool at home as well. And then on the bench, I've got Dubravka, Villa away, away, Paquetá, who's got Arsenal away, and then Rodon, who's got Spurs at home, and then Dewsbury Hall, who cannot play. So, I mean, after the Arsenal fixture, Paquetá becomes like a really good option again. He's on penalties under Nuno, getting that new manager bounce. They'll probably lose to Arsenal, but after that, I think Nuno will do a solid job at West Ham, and they've got some really nice fixtures coming up as well. So I don't mind keeping him. But yeah, like, I can't really play him this week. Spurs at home for Rodon, can't really play him. And then Dewsbury Hall is, like I say, suspended. So I kind of have to play this team right now. But I do have a transfer in the bank. I do have 4.9 mil in the bank. Let's take a look at what my transfer strategy could potentially be. So, coming up next, transfers. 4.9 mil in the bank with one free transfer. Like I say, one thing that I might potentially do is get rid of Virgil van Dijk for Gabriel, which is a bit of a sideways transfer, 6 mil to a 6.2 mil defender. I could obviously get to Gabriel from anybody because I have the price, I have the funds in the back, but I don't really want to get rid of a 4 mil defender. Like, Rodon's fine. Like, I might even play him in game week 8 when he's got Burnley away. Like, that's not a terrible fixture for him to play in at all, because I'm gonna need help in that game week. So I'll play Virgil van Dijk, I'll play Senesi, and then I either play Lacroix or Rodon, because obviously Lacroix is going to be playing Semenyo, which isn't ideal. And then if I had Gabriel obviously in the mix, then I'd obviously be playing him. But if I didn't make a defender transfer for Virgil van Dijk to Gabriel this week, that's the defense that I would play next week. So the defense is okay this week and next week. It's just, do I really want to go without Gabriel? I think double Arsenal defense is going to be heavily owned from this point on for the next, like, at least 5 fixtures, and I don't really want to miss out on that. But he also went off on like the 70-something minute. Again, he went and sat straight back down on the subs bench, so I don't think it's anything crazy. But if he was going to miss game week 7, that would make my life a lot easier, because then I wouldn't transfer him in. I'd probably just roll the transfer and then just have 2 free transfers going into game week 8, which is honestly solid. Because the team looks all right in game week 8 as well. Like, I wouldn't necessarily have to make a transfer that week. I could just roll for a couple of weeks now, but there are certain players that I do also kind of want to bring in regards to fixtures. Like, there's maybe Chalobah, who does miss game week 7, but then he's back for game week 8 when they've got Forest away, Sunderland at home, Spurs away, Wolves at home. And Chalobah's been really good this season. He's got like 3 goal involvements, obviously a couple of clean sheets. He did get that red card, which was unfortunate, but apart from that, I think he's a solid option. So he's one player that I'm also looking at, but I can either go from Konza to him because I've got the money in the bank, so I wouldn't have to bring him in for like Virgil van Dijk. Another midfielder that I was potentially looking at is Gordon. Gordon did take both penalties in the Champions League game last night. He took them off the, I can't remember his name, like Voltamide. He took the penalty off him as well. Like, he wanted to take it and Gordon was like, no, I'm taking it. So the fact that Gordon is 7.4 mil and the penalty taker at Newcastle, if his minutes start to improve, he's definitely a player that I'll probably bring in. Maybe for Kudus, when Kudus' fixtures kind of take a slight turn, because Newcastle's fixtures are pretty good. They've got Forest, Brighton, Fulham, West Ham, and then Brentford in the next 5. So I don't mind having Gordon for that fixture run. And if he is going to be taking all the penalties, then, you know, I think it's a very cheap way into that Newcastle attack. His minutes are just, I've got to wait for his minutes first. He did play 66 against Arsenal. Obviously played most of the game last night, so I need to see what's happening with his minutes first. But they look fine. Like, I think he's going to be the main starter, especially if he's the penalty taker as well. So he'll be a player that I either bring in for Kudus or Reinders probably. I don't think I'll be getting rid of Semenyo anytime soon. Even when he's got City away and teams like that, I'm still definitely going to be keeping him. I mean, he scored against Liverpool. Scored 2 against Liverpool or something, so he can score against anyone really, so I don't mind that. So yeah, if I don't make a transfer this week, it will probably just be a roll situation, and then having 2 frees next week will be really nice, because like I said, I could bring in Gordon potentially, or just kind of bring in an Arsenal defender that week, or Chalobah or something. So yeah, that's kind of where my head's at. It just feels weird having 4.9 mil in the bank. It's just because my midfield is so cheap. Like, I've got no midfielders over 8 mil. To be fair, the only players that I do have over 8 mil in this whole team is Haaland and Gyökeres. So that's why I've got so much in the bank. Salah is just not really a player that I'm really too fussed about bringing in right now. I just don't think he's been as good this season. I don't know if that's because of the way that they've changed the playing style of the team or whatever. But yeah, it might be the new signings. I just don't really think he's a player that I want to spend all that money on when he's just got a couple of late goals and a couple of late penalties. That's kind of really it. Whereas a player like Haaland, he's scoring like 2 goals every game for fun, so he's got to be in the team. So yeah, this week potentially bring Gabriel in for Virgil van Dijk, but I might just roll and then obviously have him for Man United at home. But like I say, he is a player that I'm not really too fussed about keeping because of how bad the fixtures are over the next 5. But we'll see what happens there. But yeah, obviously we've got games tonight as well, so anything could happen in there. We're getting like Konza could get injured. You know, something could happen with Forest players, etc. So we'll wait and see what happens there. But that's going to be everything for my team selection for Game Week 7. Remember, it is a Friday deadline. It's not a Saturday deadline this week, so it's actually tomorrow. Bournemouth do play Fulham. But yeah, thank you for watching. Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring the notification bell. Have a fantastic rest of your day. And until next time, peace.